of it. Let's SEdit. SEdit. This is so tacky having to do these drawing windows all the time. I'm gonna fix that. Oh, it's giving me the same one. Well, that's not gonna work. Then I'll just say so I'll just say df. df, I'm gonna give it TL and just make this a function. Wish I didn't have to hold the mouse to go over the next one either. That's kind of tacky too. That'd be something we're trying to change. So let's do a BL. Like when I come over here, just to be able to drag over here, as long as I'm on that little arrow rather than having to push a button. I wonder if that's something you can do or not. And then I'm just going to do 2 more of these just to see what happens, because I just found out about this a couple seconds ago. DF, so top left, bottom left, let's say top right. Of course, I'm not opening these. I don't know how it's going to do this or not, but I just need to have some windows open. And then DF, I think bottom right's left. That way I have 4 and they're not named the same thing. All right. And there's this tool called tiled. Oh, I gotta load it first. So load tiled-SEDIT .lcoms. It looks like it only works for SEdit windows. I think there was another one, but I couldn't find it. It's for inspector windows, maybe. So when you have all the inspector windows over, see how these just jumped? So this is like a kind of like a tiling window manager for SEdit windows only. And then you can have it like settings. Well, first off, I guess maybe I should move this guy to the middle to some degree. And then I have only 4 windows open, so by default, it actually put them in the right order too, right? Top left, bottom left, top right, and I'm thinking that this one's called bottom right, because I guess that was the way, the order that I opened them up. I hadn't tried that, so I didn't know if that was going to happen, but I did know the order that the default was in. I just didn't know if it would know which one's opened at what time. So now if I open up another one, sorry, I still haven't gone to sleep, so it's been like a whole nother day. I had to do some other stuff, and before I go to bed, I wanted to mess with this, so I can't really think too straight. So if I do this again, so I'll call it TL2. And then now it's going to start overlapping in the same order. So it's going to come here, here, here. So if I say fix, and then give this bottom left too. Wish I could hit like F and it go to this or something too, so I don't have to actually push the mouse at all. It's just going to keep wrapping around like this. And let's see, by default, I want to say it's going in this order. So it's top left, top right, bottom right. And this is a list, actually. Oh, it tries to close that for me. I don't know how I feel about that all the time either. It could be convenient sometimes, but just hitting Control X is better, I think, than doing these fake. Because you already have your square bracket to do that, so Control L will take me to the front of the line, and this is the way it would look, I guess. So SEdit, no, sorry, it's tiled.SEdit. .reset, I think. That's what it was. And then this would be a quoted list. whatever order you wanted these in. This is the default one that it starts up with. And then let me do question mark equal. So that'll show. So the tiling order, which is the list, I would even, well, that's what I have it set to. And the X shift and Y shift, so X how far it's over, by default is 15 and 15. So, I mean, 15 goes here, and like it almost, like if I doubled that, you could see these windows. So I'd almost say it'd be better to, I mean, if you have this many open, I don't know. It's kind of fine like it is because you can actually access them. But let's just say if we put it to 30 instead. And then the screen is, I want to say it can be a couple different things. One of them is a region. So like the region of the screen. And then there's some other things. And I want to say like there's also a setting where it will try not to go below the screen by 35 pixels or something like that. So it'll stay away from the edge. But I don't want to put a region in there. I'd have to go look up how to even create a region. But it'd probably be like a window where you'd have like a region. And then, I don't know, like where it starts at. And then how wide it is and how much height it has. I don't know. So I'll just leave that one nil. And then now, with it set that way, now I can read the names of what these are at least. So maybe even a little bit more than 30 would have been nice. Like, probably 35 will be too much, but just to show, let me just do 35 here. Yeah, and then now if I open up another one, it's supposed to say DF. What's the next one's going to be top right? So TR2. Okay. Then you can also just tell it, I only want them to be rolling down from the left side rather than going all over the place. So in that case, we could maybe fix this. Oops. Fix 14 then. And then, and if I just want one, can I just say like TL like this, I think. And then I almost want them to go TL, nil, and then 35, so I can see the titles, let's say. There we go. And then now they'll just go running like this. And then if you want to reset that to the normal way, of course, before I do that, well, because when you reset it to normal, I don't think it's actually going to reset the windows to anything. It'll just stop acting like this from any new ones. And then you could also just do two of these. So let's say if I just wanted them to start at the top left and top right, let's say, then this would probably have to be in a list though. So left parentheses, hold down Alt and go left parentheses, we'll jump over, and then just to go over one character, it's Alt less than and greater than. And then here I can just hit Control X to jump to the end. And if my form is closed, it'll execute. And then now it's just on these two corners. And of course you could change these to the bottom or just these sides or whatever. I kind of like, if you're not doing too much stuff, being in the different, you know, the 4 different corners is nice. But I guess if you're doing some other stuff, depending on what you're doing, it's kind of nice just to have them all like on this side running down. And you really wouldn't even have to have them 15 pixels. You could set this to, you know, just enough to be able to click on it. And it tries to set these up. That's why it's that way, I think. Like, it shows that far away from the margin to be able to put the scroll bar still up. On this side, it doesn't have to worry about that because there's a scroll bar over here. I think they're going to do the same thing. If they kept going down the bottom, it's going to try to stay far enough away that you can still get your scroll bar up if your window is scrolling over. And then if you don't like this, then you could just say like tile.sedit .reset. I would just pass nil. I don't know what it does by default, if it's a nil or if it takes it as a T. And then now I would do one more, let's say blah 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 blah, and then this. And now it's gonna start asking me how to draw. I was expecting to pop up just in some random spot. I forgot I had to draw this thing after doing that. So that's cool. I think this isn't, by the way, this isn't a list users thing. So I was gonna say chat shell, and then cd dot list users, and then what was this called? Find minus iname star tiled, maybe. Yeah, tiled.sedit. And this is also inside the Lisp users manual. I think that's all I know about this right here. It would be nice to have the one that doesn't inspect windows. I want to say, like, actually here's this right here. So here's some documentation inside this Lisp users package that goes with this Lisp users packages. So this document goes for the stuff that used to be in here. The new Medley team might be throwing stuff in here, I guess, too, so it's probably not documented in this file. They might document it somewhere else, I don't know. And then I want to say this started off as an inspector. Tiling window manager was the first one. And I know I saw there was a picture in here. It was like, let me just search for like inspector or something, because I saw this in one of the screenshots actually. Inspect. There we go. Inspect the side. I'm not positive about this, but I think it was like in a chat room, IRC room or something. Someone was talking about it in a log that I had, and I was searching for something, and I saw that. But they didn't know what the other one was called. They just said that they think that the tiling first started in this insecticide was the first one that they knew of that started doing that. And then when I tried to search everywhere. There's like a company named this. So when you Google search, I couldn't find anything about this. This is the only document I could find that even mentions this right here. But then once I knew something was tiling, I just came in here and I searched for tiling is how I found out about that. Like tile. So actually I tried to search for tiling and then I tried tile. And that's how I came up with the SEdit thing right there. So I don't know, that's pretty cool. Anyway, I don't want to bore you with like how I found stuff, but at the same time, maybe you can find some stuff too. Ribbit.